Hello, Sport Fan. This is Steven here with Sports Choice Plus. I'm bringing you a very special breakdown, and I'm covering what are the actual needs of the Seahawks. Before I get right into that, I want to make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel so you can get all the updates and all the breakdowns. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Looking at the season that the Seahawks had, they had a pretty good season. No one expected them to do what they did. They had a better season than the Denver Broncos after trading away Russell Wilson. Geno Smith looked like a better version of Russell Wilson throughout the season at different points. And you're looking at what exactly is the need of this team. One of the biggest glaring factors that we know is the defense. We obviously know that they gave up big play after big play. They lost a lot of close games because late in football games, they would give up bombs or they would give up big plays late. But I don't think the defense is the biggest need at this time. You want to add defensive players, and I think that their scouting department does a great job of building defenses, obviously the Legion of Boom. And you're looking at what this team stresses. They stresses running the football, being balanced. Geno Smith threw the ball excellently throughout several parts of the season, but struggled late. I think that it's going to shock a couple of people when I say this, but I think that right now, what this team actually needs is another wide receiver. When I look at Tyler Lockett is your do-it-all knife. You got your pocket knife that has a little chisel on it. It has a little blade on it that can cut. It has a little thing that can crack open a can opener or something like that. And then you have your big fancy wide receiver, and that's DK Metcalf. He can only run about one or two good routes, but he has speed. He has size. He's physical. He drops a lot of passes, but you deal with that because of the physical potential upside that he has and his actual size. I think you need somebody that's going to be your slasher, somebody that's going to be a permanent slot, somebody with just strictly speed, somebody that's going to be able to get from A to B, get it quick, get in, get out, and that's going to be somebody that's going to help shape this offense. You already got a running back that you love, the stud that tore it up last year for you, and you're looking right now, wide receiver is the biggest playmaker for the need for them. Looking at how high they have a draft pick, I wouldn't take a wide receiver that high. I don't feel like any wide receiver in this draft. Or, I mean, you could go, Tennessee's kid, the Hyatt kid, you could possibly take a flyer, but I wouldn't take him that high in this draft because you got a couple of other different spots that have tremendous talent all over this draft. I can see them going with an edge rusher. I can see them, because of how high they're going, they can get a good defensive end or either an edge rusher or a defensive tackle that's pretty solid on the inside or either outside. You could even go for an offensive lineman. You have a lot of different talent, but wide receiver that high where they're drafting, I wouldn't do it that high. But I think that in free agency, you could spend a little money on the offensive line, defensive line. But I think that you're going to need somebody at the wide receiver position that's going to open up the umbrella so that you can't double any one of these guys, that you have to make it much harder for this because you're paying Geno Smith. You've opened up the wallet and said, we're going to spend a little money on Geno. We understood that. I don't think they're going to take a quarterback that early. So you got to think, what is this team moving forward doing? I think they should hit the wide receiver position, then focus on your defensive end position, and then go a little bit around the team. You know, get another linebacker, get another corner, get those things to solidify that defense. But I think the Seahawks, Pete Carroll and company, are in good hands. They've built a good foundation. They got a plethora of draft picks back from the Broncos. They got a plethora of good players back. So now the time is to build. You could possibly trade back, flip some of those picks. You know how Pete Carroll likes to do it. So all you Seahawks fans, get in the comment section below. Definitely check out Sports Choice Plus for all the breakdowns and all the updates. And we'll see you on the next video.